When rappers storytell, it's different. Storytelling to me is not always about being this like complex Shakespearean tale where you're using, you know what I'm saying, onomatopoeia and all. No. Like sometimes it's just simply about telling a story from beginning to end. And I think that like more than often, and I don't mean for all rappers, but I think more than often rappers do not get acknowledgement for some of that stuff. Another person who does it at a high level that no one discusses is Lupe to me. Lupe
Lupe's great at
Fiasco
it.
is one of the
Lupe's
best
great.
storytellers that I've
He's
ever heard in my
great.
life. Last topic though, like I said before, typically rappers are not considered songwriters, and I think it's a very interesting dilemma. And you know, I thought about this topic just because I was listening to the newest J. Cole project, and you know, he had a couple songs on there that just made me say, "Damn, yo, like when rappers storytell, it's different. Like it's a different ball game. Like I really feel like it. You know, he had that one song called "Close," right, where
Is that the one you talk about? Puff Daddy slapped him.
that one's that's a different one. That's a different one. And by the way, he didn't even say, he never even actually said Puff Daddy slapped him. He just said
Scrap.
He said my last
scrap
my last scuffle or whatever.
He
Yeah.
was with Puff Daddy. I looked up to him. I listened
Later
to
on-
his, J. Cole.
Later on, we found out that Puff Daddy went ballistic. That Kendrick called himself the king of New York.
Puff Daddy, you know, everybody wants to clown Puff Daddy. Puff Daddy has been a couple brouhahas in his life, dog. Like Puff Daddy might be about that life.
Look, man,
You know,
we ain't here.
We
ain't even here to talk about. Are we going? Yo, listen, we gonna talk about this topic, or are we just gonna digress?
One more joke.
We can digress. It's cool.
Oh, wait. One more joke, real quick. So when he said that, I was just thinking of like, I'm not thinking like of J. Cole and him was squaring up. I'm thinking of like one of them fights where just like, hey man, hey you get off me, hey man, get off me, like that, hey, like a tussle, like a
scuffle. It was a scuffle,
struggle, like hey man, get off me. Hey,
no.
Like the Ray J versus Fabulous.
No. Hey, better word. It was a skirmish. Hey, why are there all these freaking words for fights? Let's name them all. You got scuffle, you got tussle, you got tussle, you got altercation, you got a bar fight.
What did he say? Wait, what did J. Cole say? J. Cole says a scrap. Okay, a scrap.
A scrap.
A brouhaha.
Yo, nobody says that. Stop. Why you keep saying that? Brouhaha. What the fuck are you talking about? You can't. Yo, I said that people say, not that you made up for this shit. Nobody says fucking brouhaha.
You never heard of brouhaha? I got to a brouhaha.
Never heard that shit. Never.
Oh, okay.
Who says that?
Right. A brouhaha. Yeah, I've heard of it.
From who is what I'm asking.
I've heard it on those night movies, like the
No, you watching too many pornos, man. Yo, they getting into brouhahas on pornos.
Oh man.
Hey, you know what, man?
That's funny though. That's funny.
You know what? But no, but on the serious note, man, like J. Cole to me, I thought he was telling some great stories on Close. And just in general, I don't think rappers in general get enough credit for songwriting / storytelling ability.
Whew.
I give you another name. It's funny because you know, somebody as violent and as aggressive as King Von, right? Mm-hmm. One of the things that I heard this a lot about King Von was that he was a really good storyteller. I don't know if you ever heard that, but I actually do believe that to be true. If you hear some of his music, right? He had that one song, Crazy Story, a couple of different joints. Storytelling to me is not always about being this like complex Shakespearean tale where you're using, you know what I'm saying, onomatopoeia and all. No. Like sometimes it's just simply about telling a story from beginning to end. And I think that like more than often, and I don't mean for all rappers, but I think more than often rappers do not get acknowledgement for some of that stuff. You know, we talk about Kendrick all the time about why Good Kid, Mad City in particular is a really good project. but it's mainly, in my opinion, it's mainly a good project because of how great the storytelling is on that entire project. Another person who does it at a high level that no one discusses is Lupe. To me, Lupe Fiasco is one of the best storytellers that I've ever heard in my life.
Great at storytelling.
And honestly, in no other genre other than hip hop, I could say, man, like, I think that hip hop artists might be the best storytellers in music. I feel that way, man. I know this country. There's some good blues stories and things in blues and country. I get it, but as far as the raw aspect of rap, to me, it's poetry at its finest. Poetry to me is you telling a story to a degree. I think that rappers are basically the best storytellers.
Oh, so that's
in music.
That's where we're going with the topic.
That's where this is really.
I thought you were saying, like, you know, why is it when rappers, like, we say singer songwriter, like when we describe an artist,
but that's another thing.
It's rare that we say rapper songwriter. You know, why is it like why is it we are so scared to call them songwriters as opposed to a singer songwriter producer? Like,
well, that was the initial angle that I wanted to go with, and that's still in play. I still believe that to be true. Like, it's weird to me that rappers are only called rappers. It almost seems like the only time you call a rapper a songwriter is if they're a ghostwriter for somebody.
Yeah,
and why is that? That's strange.
Even in that case, they still won't. Like, if
they still won't.
J. Cole's Google profile or whatever you want to call it, it's not going to say rapper songwriter, but you know, you look at any singer, 90 and I know this because I'm ratings game music honcho. Put the ratings game music honcho. So like, I see this when a lot of times they give me my press releases. They give me press releases of artists.
Was that noise that you just made? Is that how a brouhaha is described in as a sound effect?
That's warning you of a brouhaha. Hey, brouhaha going on. Brouhaha going on. Brouhaha going on aisle 15. Brouhaha. But yeah, but I mean, to go back to what you were saying about songwriting, I mean, absolutely. I think rappers are such good not songwriters, sorry, storytellers.
Yeah.
You know, I think that a lot of them tell the same stories. Like, it's funny on Twitter the other day, which I have a very poor following on Twitter, but on Twitter the other day, I asked
why do you have to remind the people your shit is so bad?
Because I'm more popping than I am on social media. I just want to tell people that, like,
fair enough.
Walk out sad on social media, but I'm not. I'm doing pretty well. But
all right. Remind the people.
One of the best storytelling songs I've heard was Dave East. Keisha.
Yeah.
Keisha, what makes, I've only heard rappers do this. He was outlining every move that he was making. Like, he was talking about, I went to the club. This is what I had in my stomach. I was tired. I didn't feel like doing this. I got to the crib. I laid my stuff down. Like, I haven't heard that from many other people. But
you don't hear the intricacies in the storytelling.
The intricacies
from other genres. Yeah.
But I think the bigger question is, why isn't storytelling in rap appreciated? Because some of our best storytellers, I don't think, are doing that well in terms of popularity. Like, Dave East is a fantastic storyteller. Nas is a fantastic storyteller. Lupe is a fantastic storyteller, but some of these guys are not getting the credit as great rappers. I think Kendrick is really the only one that gets his just due. And you see when somebody is good at what they do and they storytell, how much they put them on a pedestal.
True. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really. One thing I will say is this. I think that when we start getting into the conversation about popularity, that's where I think this conversation goes left, because what's popular is not always what is the most quality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, like, to me, I find that as an issue sometimes. Like, to me, like, for example, right? Okay, we were just talking about Drake, our artist of the decade, right? there's somebody who might be like, oh, well, that's a Billboard award and Drake had the best numbers over the last decade, but that doesn't mean he was the best artist. I'm just saying whoever would disagree with Drake being the best artist, even though I don't think it applies. I actually think Drake is the exception, where Drake should be how we view things. To me, I actually believe Drake makes great music and he gets the numbers to support the quality of music that he puts out. Like, I think he's a good example. But I think that we don't see enough of people like Drake getting acknowledged. To me, usually when somebody is popular nowadays, it's not always because they're just the best, they're the most talented at this, they're the most talented at that. It's just, hey, they went viral off TikTok and they got a following because people really like their lifestyle. Like